Before some of the UK's strictest censorship laws in living memory have come into effect, there are already calls to make them even more draconian.
We will be looking at the legal framework that exists for regulating the platform providers. There are obviously aspects of the Online Safety Act that haven't come into effect yet, but we stand ready to make changes if necessary.
Times of crisis often breed authoritarian responses, but this should be a moment for cool heads, not more censorship. Instead of addressing the root causes of the shameful scenes of social unrest, some politicians have suggested knee-jerk reactions which threaten to weaken all of our democratic rights.
With internet connections becoming faster, accessible not just on the home PC, but on laptops, tablets and mobile phones anywhere at any time, we as parents we have less and less power over what our children see.
What began with a speech by David Cameron in 2013 on cleansing the internet of disgusting material online led to an internet safety strategy green paper in 2017, which developed into an online harms white paper in 2019, a draft online safety bill in 2021, and then a full and final online safety bill in 2022.
What you're doing in this bill is you're saying to the online company that we will give ourselves, Parliament, the ability to fine you what's up to 10% of global turnover, which is billions upon billions of dollars. So that will make them intrinsically risk-averse and more likely to block or downgrade arguments that go against the grain.
The Online Safety Act, which received royal assent last year, will formally appoint big tech companies as our online speech police. It gives state backing to big tech's censorial terms and conditions, creates powers which could be used to force tech companies to scan private conversations by undermining encryption, the technology that keeps our messages private.
I'm here today not as a politician, but as someone who's deeply concerned about one singular provision in the Online Safety Bill that threatens to undermine encryption and fundamental security of the core infrastructure of the UK, but the world around beyond that.
It seeks to monitor all online communications, risking censorship of marginalised voices and controversial opinions. It could force us to hand over ID to access social media sites.
If companies fail to comply with the law, fail to protect the users that they're responsible for, the regulator Ofcom will have the power to fine, so platforms must keep people safe online.
The previous government even tried to introduce provisions around lawful speech, which they deemed harmful to adults. This would have compelled platforms to identify these categories of so-called harmful speech and demonstrate that they were tackling it on their sites. Thankfully, after years of campaigning, the censorial, legal but harmful speech powers were dropped from the bill.
Why take out harmful but not illegal? Because it had very, very concerning impact potentially on free speech. There were unintended consequences associated with it. It was really the anchor that was preventing this bill from getting off the ground. It was a creation of a quasi-legal category between illegal and legal. That's not what a government should be doing. It's confusing. It would create a different kind of set of rules online to offline in the legal sphere.
Yet now there are calls from some of Labour's most high-profile politicians to revisit this censors charter. The inevitable consequence of further online speech crackdowns would be the censorship of the most marginalised groups in society. Expression that is unpopular, controversial or countercultural will be, if not directly targeted, seen as merely collateral damage under risk-averse, politically influenced content moderation policies. These are undoubtedly challenging times, but giving the government a blank cheque to control what we can read, see or hear would sow more division and mistrust instead of solving the vital issues at stake. Our response to the riots and unrest in our society must be one that protects all of our rights, not takes them away. While the government has signalled that these laws may remain untouched for now, we must be ready to resist any state-backed censorship tactics in whatever form or justification they may take. We've fought and won against state overreach before, and we will again, but our success relies on Big Brother Watch supporters just like you. If you want to help us protect free speech, then please join us by becoming a Big Brother Watch supporter. You can find a link in the comments section below. And please remember to like this video and subscribe for more. Why not exercise your free speech by leaving a comment too?